All right, so with our handsome Mr. T, we were gonna warm up with just some easy find its, just get him in the groove. And then I wanted to do a little bit with our Super Bowls game. So the Super Bowls game, it involves typically bowls or targets. These are just little flat discs. You can get discs like this on Amazon or online shopping. They can be really great for if your babe is really having a challenging moment with over-arousal or overwhelmed big boy, big girl feelings. The benefit of pattern games, again, is it allows your dog to know what the game entails and the rules always stay the same. So it starts to bring your dog comfort and stability with an environment that might always be changing or be sometimes too overwhelming or too exciting at times. So with this pattern game, it does consist of placing the food on one of the targets. You can, oh, there goes a loud truck. I don't know if you can pick it up, but it was a big one. So you can, for example, create this pattern game with your targets in a row or scattered kind of the way I did today. So I'm just doing find its. The find its are not part of the game. I'm just getting him up and moving as I'm blabbing before we go to actually work it. So the way this game would work, just like some of the other pattern games, you're looking for your babe to offer an eye gaze and connection with you as opposed to being stuck or worried or focused on the environment. This can be really great for creating focus on you in a softer bubble first, and then you build into harder ones. So the way this game would work is you're going to start off with your babe and you're going to, ready, Teddy? He says, oh, I'm getting so tired. I promise, we're almost done, Mr. Handsome. So let's say, for example, I'm just ripping up some of his little crumbs, his little snackers. So we're gonna place the food on one of the bowls or targets. I'm gonna wait for him to, when he looks up into my eyes, I would mark the moment. When he looks into my eyes, yes, and then feed him. So I know you guys have done the up-down game, and you've also done the ping pong game with him. Yes. So right now, I just start off on the targets that are closest to me, and then make it harder. Thanks for the boop. So I want to get those, yes, those eyes. So as he gives me some eyes, I will then move to the next little target, wait for his eyes to hit me once again, and now he's just picking up some crumbs. So right here, we're waiting for those, yes. And then I'm gonna place the food on the target and move to my next one. I sometimes like to keep my food behind my back. Yes. So the babe is looking up into my face and not my hands. Yes. Yes. So, but this can be a great way to generalize eyes and checking in with the handler. Yes. While you're eventually going to be outdoors, maybe in your yard or in other novel places. Not always will you have targets down the road, but this is a great way to build in, yes, the behaviors and the sort of skills before he knows what he's doing for right now. Yes. So as he's eating his morsel, that's when I move onto the next little target zone, and I'm waiting for those eyes to hit me. Yes. He also forgets how many legs he has. Yes. He says chewing is really hard. So again, we're just letting him come back to me when he's ready. Yes. Yes. So you'll see I'm marking each moment he gives me those eyes. Yes. Yes. And you can see how it's starting to be where he comes and reorients to me. So now I'm going to move away and see if he comes to find me once more. Yes. So sometimes I would make it real easy, just quickly move to the similar or sort of, a spot that's closer. Yes. And then move further away if he's doing really well, potentially to another target further off in the distance. Yes. So again, the benefit of a lot of these pattern games is you're starting to create check-ins with you from the environment. Yes. Without being asked to do so. So I'm not telling him over and over to give me eye contact by cueing it. Yes. But I only feed for when he locks eyes with me, not my hands or my pouch. Yes. But you can see it's kind of creating more engagement now from him than when I was doing, yes, even other skills earlier. Yes. He's doing a real nice job. Chewing is hard. Yes. So then let's say I want to be all done with the game. I might say finished and then send him away to go do a find it so we can take a break. But you may find using, household items that you want to feel free, comfortable to use. Like maybe you've got old Tupperware containers or different types of sized plates or dishes that you feel comfortable using. But the benefit of having some visuals is in the beginning, it sort of creates the rules of the game and how to play it. And eventually you may not need the targets and you just build in focus on the handler from the environment. So with the handsome guy, he's going to the other bucket now, is the Super Bowls game could be another great stepping stone where if you feel that when you step outside, for any of the gentlemen, if you feel that you go from the inside of your home, just fix my pants, to the outdoor world and you lose your babes, I would practice these games first inside the home where it's almost like the classroom setting before you step outside to the outdoor environment and before you bring this out on field trips, which could be, again, new venues. But with him, he's doing a really nice job, and so are the other gentlemen, but he's doing a really great job with the pattern games, which I find for a lot of dogs can make a lot of sense. So because the rules always stay the same, no matter where you're practicing, it's going to be the same game, which can bring comfort, resilience, and stability to a dog that maybe sometimes gets easily excited or easily overwhelmed. Mr. T is back to his wet puddle in the corner there, having a grand old time. He's pooped out. So, but for homework's sake, I know for the gentlemen, this was their last round of this Doggy Day School program. I know I mentioned a little earlier, there is more rounds available with Sam on Mondays. So if you're thinking about continuing with Doggy Day School, definitely check out her Monday openings. If Mondays don't work well for you, there is still the structured play, which I know most of the gentlemen are already rocking anyway on Tuesday. But then there's also the longer day that I mentioned prior with Sam as well on Fridays from 8 to 5, which again, structured play, just a little bit of an extended day. But Mr. T is exhausted. He's in his little wet puddle. So we're going to let him stay there for now, call it a day. And we'll let the lovely wild men go back into some WrestleMania. So, but very impressive work for all the boys.